BQH facilitator, and I am here today with Geraldine, pronounce your last name for me, Orozco, and we are here at the Huntington Library and Park, enjoying our day. I know that Geraldine was part of Dimensions of Disclosure.
Yes.
And you just came from there. Yeah. And how was that event?
That was amazing. We had some amazing speakers, really great content. One of the ones that really stood out to me, I would say, was someone called Mr. Stone. I think his name is, don't quote me on that one. I'll have to check. He's new. I've never met him before, but amazing. And he's actually doing a collaborative in Thailand where they're doing like consciousness groups and raising the collective consciousness and addressing like humanitarian rights and environmental issues. So I was blown away. His presentation was amazing. So it was awesome. Got to meet a lot of friends, part of our group, and Alba Weinman was there with us. So it was great to kind of connect with her, and it was great. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. And just so our viewers know, I did get to meet Alba Thursday. That was very exciting. Been a viewer of hers for some years and finally got to meet her. It was a wonderful experience, and I recommend it to anybody. If she's near you, go see her.
Yes, the gatherings are amazing. And we have a couple little surprises in the works coming up. Yeah, we have some exciting stuff for next year. I guess what we're doing collaboratively with me and her is like retreats, something a little bit more immersive. Our last retreat in Shasta was amazing. And, it was like really intensive healing, addressing, pretty much multidimensionally addressing the emotional body, how you're experiencing, how you're integrating in your life, and meditation work as well. So it was beautiful. I mean, it was Alba Weinman, it was Blair Styra, myself, and we had a sound healer and a yoga teacher, and amazing like high vibration cuisine. So we want to have these kinds of quality events, that really host a place for you to come in and heal and do the work that it's hard to do sometimes at home. That's the thing. And collaboratively connecting with people, because, we want to connect. We have to open that communication and talk. And Alba's really huge on that. So I love that.
Yeah, and I got to view some of the videos from the Mount Shasta and your regression there. Yeah. So those were really exciting. But for people who are able to attend, and you can bring that home, and then start doing your meditative practice. Those are kind of like intensives that you guys do and help train people, and then we can bring it home and hopefully raise the vibration at home.
Exactly. Exactly. Because when we heal, when we clean up. Well, we'll probably talk a little bit more about this stuff, because I really love to get into this. But when we heal our pain body, all our suffering, we're literally healing our entire family, our ancestral lineage. And so the integration of your fragments, which I feel, I talk a lot about this, which are created through pain and suffering and trauma, we're creating an integration. And we are, in this moment, mostly fragmented in this multidimensional reality. So when we bring all our parts back into one, this is the concept of wholeness. Mm-hmm. It's also the concept of evolution and raising your frequency. You can't raise your frequency if you're full of a lot of gunky stuff, emotions, heavy thoughts, and programs that are not letting you even consider other possibilities. So you need to address that little by little. So when you become the light in your family, and, Lila, what I'm noticing now, and a lot of us, and you especially, for example, in your family, you're like a huge light. I mean, you've woken up, you've had all these questions, and you bring light and help the other people in your family have the questions too. You allow an open space of communication for healing, and that's huge. That's huge.
And you were instrumental in helping out with that. For our viewers, I did a session with Geraldine. Actually, I guess she did a session with me, I should say. And it was right when I was training to learn BQH with Candace Craw-Goldman. Mm-hmm. And we were getting to a point where we could start working with people, and I still had a lot of baggage weighing me down. Mm-hmm. And I had seen your videos with Alba, and I really resonated with you. And so I looked you up and got into an appointment, which I'm so thrilled. Yeah. And you helped me release all the stuff that I was holding on to, and helped me to be able to move forward, to be able to help assist others. Yeah. Because once we let go of that heaviness, then we can move forward, and we don't have to be perfect to help other people.
Right.
But letting go of that allows us to see how we can be of service.
Exactly.
How we can help, And so I'm so thankful to my session with you, because it really was a pivotal point in my growth.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing to hear. And I'm so happy. But you know what I love about you, Lila, that in the session you really took in what was happening. And more importantly, you're applying the lesson. I mean, one of the things about my session is that it is a healing, but it's also a training. And I really want people to consider that, because you're learning the tools that you need to do on a daily basis. It's constant work. Healing is constant work. It's not just one time you go and people take away all your suffering.
Right.
So that's really beautiful about you, that you're always questioning and looking for healing.
Yeah.
And that's valuable. So, and maybe we'll do a session with you sometime. I'll be your client sometime.
That would be awesome. I would love that. I would love that. I like how you brought up that this is a continual thing that we do, because I know in my practice, a lot of people, the first question they ask is, how many times do I have to do this? And of course, we can only do it once. But it can be done many times. I've actually been regressed, I want to say probably about 6 times so far, and I'm looking forward to 2 more sessions coming up. And what it does is we're retraining ourselves, because we have these habits, these lifelong habits, for me, 40 plus years of lifelong habits. And then when we learn these things, whether it's from someone else or from our higher selves, we have to integrate what we're learning, and a lot of times we'll fall back into those patterns. But it's about the recognition. Now all of a sudden I see, oh my gosh, okay, this is the old me that got the old eventuality, and I want a different path in my life. So in order to do that, I need to, now that I've swung over here, I need to swing back over here, because this is the path I choose to be on. So for everyone, it is a continual thing that we do throughout our lives, and help to readjust ourselves.
That's so great. And I'm so happy that you pointed that out, because one of the things that we need to realize as a society, as a community, is that one of the biggest illusions is the concept, number one, of separation. But that separation makes us feel helpless, hopeless, like we cannot move forward, and that we are powerless to what we're creating. We believe the illusion so much, the concept of life, the bills we have to pay, the stresses in the family, the emotional blockages, all of these things that we feel take precedence over our connection with ourselves. And we have lives that are really pulling us away from that connection. And because of fear, because we don't know whether it's going to be safe if we do connect with our body, we end up just spreading ourselves out with all those other things that are priorities, and we lose ourselves. We become this constant struggle and survival mode. So, I mean, this point that you brought up of kind of coming in, taking the time to integrate and focus on the self is important, because as a lifelong process, understanding that it's the empowerment, that we are 100% in charge of manifesting our reality. We're in charge of healing our body. Nobody else is going to do that for you. So we have to really understand what tools we need, fulfill our needs, and understand what self-love is, because that love is kind of like the we can call it the glue of the universe, but it is that unconditional love, is that infinite consciousness that holds all things, that is the fabric of all things. So we need to return back to that, to be in that creator state, So I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the videos that everyone's doing on this awakening helps to model what it looks like for these changes. A lot of people, myself included, when all of this started, I was terrified because I had no idea where this was taking me. I knew my life, how it was, where it was going, as I had been living it. Now all of a sudden I'm on this different path, and I don't know where that goes, and it was terrifying. Being alone with myself, meditating, oh my gosh, that was so scary. I was afraid of what I was going to find, But by doing these videos, getting it out there, we're helping people to see we're normal. Everything is normal. Everything is fine. You can find out the deepest, darkest secrets about yourself, and you're still fine.
Exactly. I love that you brought that up. have. And, I thank you for sharing your vulnerability, because awakening, a lot of people tend to have this idealism about awakening, that it's something so beautiful and soft and amazing and fluffy and rainbows and all these amazing things. But, awakening is a painful process, because we have to be able to address the pain that in reality we spend a lot of our lives trying to not feel, trying to get away from, trying to hide, trying to suppress, because our society is constantly telling us that it's not okay to be not okay. You always have to pretend that everything's wonderful. And that is a huge misconception of the natural human self. As humans, we're here in the human body to experience duality, to experience both sides, the black and the white. So our job as a whole is to be able to experience both of those. And again, like you just said, be okay with that. Even the negative aspects of ourselves. That's the definition of integration of self-love.
Yeah, definitely.